So I found this poem by Edward Guest. Edward Guest. Goes like this. I would rather see a lesson than hear one any day. I would rather one would walk with me than merely show the way. The eye's a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Fine counsel is confusing, but examples always clear. And the best of all the lessons are the men who live their creeds, For to see the good in action is what everybody needs. I can soon learn how to do it if you'll let me see it done. I can watch your hands in action, but your tongue too fast may run. And the lectures you deliver may be wise and true, but I'd rather get my lesson by observing what you do. For I may misunderstand you and the high advice you give, but there's no misunderstanding how you act and how you live. And that is a great reminder for everyone, especially and including me, to have the things that you think and talk about match how you behave on a day-by-day, hour-to-hour basis. And we all, like I said, we all have ways we can improve in that. And, our behavior in life comes from two things, which are actually the same thing, and I'll explain. Our behavior comes from the condition of our body, and it comes from our belief. When maybe if you haven't gotten enough sleep, or if you've taken substances that change your attitude, obviously the condition of your body is going to produce some behaviors. And that's just a couple of surface examples, but the way that your body produces your behavior is actually a very deep thing. But and beliefs are actually part of your body. And that's why I say they're the same thing, because beliefs are not just ideas that you hold. They're the way that your body is programmed to produce activity, to produce behavior and thought and feeling. And so if you are wanting to live peacefully with yourself and with others, which is the focus of what I talk about, but anything that you want out of life, if you want to plant seeds like that, they have to come from a body that is believing, that is in a program or in energy, which is belief, for that. And just because you think it or have an opinion about it doesn't mean you have a belief about it. In fact, very often our opinions are very different than our beliefs. And an example I like to give, it's just one that I've felt like was close at hand. The fact that, when I was younger, I would have told you that I don't believe in yelling at children. I would have told you that, like I don't believe in yelling at children. So I thought it was a belief that I held, but when I had children, there were times when I would be yelling at them. And so I didn't really believe that. I thought that, I had an opinion about it, but my belief was something else, because one of the ways to think about belief is stimulus response. And so when there were certain kinds of stimuluses, the program provided a response. In my case, it would have been yelling at my children. So that's why I just bring that up to show the discrepancy sometimes with the way we think and talk and then the things that actually happen. And so to get into that, we have to get into what the belief actually is, what we're actually have taken on from our childhood or from media or from wherever that teaches us our stimuluses and our responses, and then change from that position. And it's both easier and harder than it sounds. But yeah, so let's live the sermons that we teach, and again, to self. I'll see you.